Did you know that you are literally always manifesting? And the question is never about whether or not you can manifest, but it's about what you're choosing to consciously align yourselves with in order to manifest the reality that you prefer. Hi, my loves. My name is Dheandra Nicolette, and on my channel, we chat everything spirituality, self-development, lifestyle, and today we're talking about manifestation because I feel like this is a hot topic that I just love to deep dive into because I have a lot of thoughts about manifestation and the way that it's talked about these days online, chronically, I should say, okay? So let's go ahead and dive in, grab yourself a little snack, a little bevy of your choice. Water for me, stay hydrated, my loves. And let's go ahead and dive into today's video where we're talking about manifestation. So the truth of the matter is you are literally always manifesting. When we talk about manifestation, I feel like there's this idea that it's a skill that we can either turn on or turn off. This week, I'm going to choose to manifest. This full moon, I'm going to choose to manifest. I'm going to choose to do it today. And the truth of the matter is you are literally always manifesting. Now, what you're manifesting is the question, and what you're consciously choosing to align yourselves with, that is the actual important piece, but it's never about whether or not you're doing the thing because you're always doing the thing. Manifestation is literally the act of bringing a thought into your reality, bringing a thought into your perceived experience. And that's something that we can all say that we've done at least once, okay, if not every single day of our lives. Think about the process of deciding that you want to go and have an iced coffee today, right? You wake up, maybe the thought comes to mind, you imagine yourself, sipping on a nice iced latte after your workout, because this was literally me this morning. Okay. And in that process, you are visualizing, right? You're literally having the vision of yourself enjoying this iced latte after your workout. And then you proceed to take aligned action. You proceed to drive to the coffee shop, you purchase your iced coffee, and thus the manifestation that you were working on since the morning started, this idea of you drinking your iced coffee after your workout has come to fruition. It went from a thought into something that you were experiencing in reality. That is the best way to understand manifestation. We overcomplicate things as humans, and so there's so many different manifestation rituals, and do this to manifest the love that you want, and do this to manifest more money, and do this, when at the end of the day, most of the things, if not all of the things that we need to do in order to create a reality that we prefer are literally quite simple things. It's just a matter of doing them on a consistent basis, or doing them in a way that allows us to stay aligned with the reality that we prefer for a lengthened amount of time. I always like to talk about manifestation as a process of co-creation, because I've talked about this in other videos, but I believe in a higher power. So for me, I am co-creating with God. And so what that means for me is that there are certain things that I can control, things that I can do in order to take aligned action towards my manifestation. But there are other things that I realize that are outside of my control, whether that's people, the timing of certain opportunities, whatever they may be. There are things that I don't necessarily have the understanding or the vision into how they unfold, but I know that they unfold exactly as they should. But when we talk about choosing to align yourself with your preferred version of reality, there is this understanding that you can take aligned action in order to line yourself up with a reality that is more preferential to you and what you would like to experience. Before I dive into more of the manifestation talk, I want to talk about the actual steps of manifestation, because I feel like understanding the simple steps of manifestation are going to be really important for you to understand everything else that I'm saying in this video. So manifestation really has 3 steps in my opinion. And again, all of these additional tools and rituals and things that we bring into play, I don't think there's anything wrong with them. I don't think there's anything wrong with choosing to do a new moon ritual or full moon ritual, or to journal, or to script, or to visualize, or to use tarot cards. Trust me, I have done it all. Sometimes I still do, sometimes I don't. But what is really important to understand is that these things are simply tools, right? And when it comes to a tool, you can use different tools to get a job done. You get to choose the tools that you align with, and you also get to choose not to use any of those tools, but to really just understand the simplified process at its core and implement that in its simplicity. And that is exactly what I'm going to explain to you. So let's talk about the 3 steps of manifestation. The first step is clarity. And clarity is so important because if you don't have a vision, if you don't understand what it is to some extent that you are manifesting, how do you know you've manifested it? It's sort of like our understanding of the coffee example. If I didn't wake up and have this vision of myself drinking the upside down iced latte from La La Land, how then would I have been able to go through and take the steps, the aligned action necessary to get me to La La Land, to get me to purchase the coffee that I would then enjoy? If there is no vision, it's sort of like you are driving somewhere aimlessly, no map, no destination, no understanding of whether or not you've arrived, or you're even close, or you're even going in the direction that you want to go. So clarity is that first step. And there's so much under the umbrella of clarity, because that in and of itself can be broken down into multiple different like sub bullet points. For example, there is this modality that I'm really into called human design. And within human design, there's this understanding that there are people that are specific manifestors and non-specific manifestors. And specific manifestors are the type of people that can say, I want to manifest a 3-bedroom house. I want it to be 2 stories. I want it to have a 2-car garage, be blue, be, brand new. It's a new build in this neighborhood. This is the cost, all of that. And they can literally get very specific about the things that they're calling in, and thus manifest something that is very similar, if not very specific, to what they have clarified in their vision. Whereas a non-specific manifestor is going to be someone who says, I want my home to feel cozy. I want to feel expansive in this home. And they're more so tapping into the feeling of what it is that they want to manifest, more than they're tapping into what that thing looks like. Now, for the general public, because you may not be into human design and you may not actually know whether you are a specific or non-specific manifestor, and you may not care, I do think it's important to do a mix of the two, right? When it comes to clarity, clarify what you know that vision will feel like, and to some extent what it will look like for you. And that's where we get into things like if you're manifesting a new job, you may not necessarily know exactly what the title of the job will be. You may not know what the company you want to work for is called, but you might know things like how the job might make you feel. You might know that you want time freedom. You might know that you want to feel supported at work, or you want a work environment that makes you feel very expansive, very creative, very fulfilled. You might know that you want to have a relationship with your boss that is not toxic. You might know that you want to manifest a certain bump in salary so that you can afford certain things, right? And that's where that clarity comes in. It's a mix of how you want to feel from the vision of what you're manifesting, as well as exactly what that thing may look like to you if you truly in your heart know what it looks like. The next step of manifestation, as you may have guessed, would be to take aligned action. So in our example of the coffee shop, this is literally me deciding, okay, let me go ahead and drive to the coffee shop now to manifest that coffee that I want to have, the coffee that is in my vision. When it comes to aligned action, if you have the vision and you've gotten very clear about the vision, this is your chance now to align yourself with that vision. So if this is a home that you're manifesting, what does that look like to take aligned action towards manifesting that home? Maybe that means that you start putting a certain amount of money away every single month because you're saving up for this house. Maybe this means that you are seeking out a realtor that you feel really aligned and comfortable with. Maybe you're going to look at homes in your neighborhood, or you're creating a vision board of the type of vibe that you want to manifest for your home. Aligned action looks different for everyone and depends on exactly what you're manifesting. So I can't tell you exactly what those steps will be, but what I can tell you is when we're talking about aligned action, we're talking about doing the things that you feel really drawn to do when you think about the vision that you have. So for example, if you are manifesting that home and for some reason you're like, you know what? I remember that I have this friend from high school who is now a realtor, and you get like this urge urge, this pull to DM them on Instagram and just be like, hey, are you still, working real estate? I'm trying to buy a house soon. I would love to talk to you about it. Maybe you go and do that and you have coffee with that person, you chat with them. It's such a random little thing that can happen, but it is aligned with your vision in some way. And so aligned action, I think, comes to us in many different ways. It'll be sort of those intuitive nudges, those little hits of what it is that you can do to align yourself with that specific vision. Now, the third step is, I think, one of the most difficult pieces for me when it comes to manifestation, but that is literally practicing the art of detachment, the art of letting go, the act of trusting in divine timing and trusting in your path and trusting that things will unfold as they should. I have a video on detachment and I get more into the process of detachment and faith and all of that stuff in that video. So highly recommend you check that out if you're kind of like, I also struggle with detachment. But when it comes to manifestation and co-creation, as I like to call it, the first two steps you're kind of doing as things that you can control. You can control what you envision or what you feel for what you want to manifest. You can control the aligned actions that you're taking. But what you can't control is what happens in between you and that reality coming to fruition. Because maybe when you go and you meet with that friend who you felt that call and that pull to meet with about the real estate, they end up telling you, hey, I have the most perfect home that I have to show you. Or they tell you about a program that you can apply to help you pay for the house. Or they tell you something, or they give you a piece of information, or they give you, I don't know, something that sparks another idea or sparks another piece of aligned action for you. But how could you possibly have known that that person held a key to the next door that you needed to open? And so when I talk about letting go and surrender as part of the process of manifestation, I'm talking about leaving room for miracles. I'm talking about leaving room for God, the universe, whatever term you'd like to use for, this higher power that you may or may not believe in, but you have to leave room for that entity to come in and assist, that entity to come in and align you with the people and the places and the things that you, again, had no sort of understanding would be necessary for your journey, but they're playing a pivotal role. So again, manifestation is quite easy, and we are all doing it to some extent every single day. Every single day, you're having moments where you have clarity on a vision. Every single day, you're having moments where you are taking aligned action on a vision that you had earlier. And every single day, you're seeing the ways that miracles happen. You're seeing the way that synchronicities occur, right? You're bumping into people that, give you a piece of nugget of wisdom or give you a compliment or tell you something that you didn't know you needed to hear, but they're the missing piece of a puzzle to a story that you were telling yourself, or the missing piece of a puzzle to a story that you were waiting to wrap up that has to do with that initial vision. So we have to leave room for those miracles or those divine moments of intervention, if you will. And that is really and truly the final step of this 3-part process. It's not very difficult. It's not very complicated. It is incredibly simple. But again, we, I think, overcomplicate it because somewhere along the lines, I think we want to have more control over the process. We want to think that if we do a ritual on the new moon, and if we pull the tarot cards, and if we use all of these additional tools, that somewhere along the lines, we can skip step 3. We can skip the divine intervention and the faith and allowing ourselves to leave room for miracles, and we can skip straight to controlling the entire process. But that is, unfortunately, in my opinion, not how things work. I know there are people that believe otherwise, but for me personally, I don't believe that I have full control over everything. And thus step 3 is probably the most important step, because in your letting go, you become magnetic to the things that you actually need to align with, because you're not trying to control the process. You're not trying to control the outcome. You're not trying to say, this is how it should happen and I'm going to dictate exactly that. You are just saying that this is the vision that I have, and I'm open to more. I'm open to different. I'm open to whatever is aligned with me, but I am going to trust that it will unfold exactly as it should. I want to quickly thank Ideaure for sponsoring today's video. Ideaure is a jewelry company that was founded a few years ago by two best friends who had this vision of creating a jewelry company, and they took specific aligned actions in order to manifest their specific dream into reality. All of the jewelry is made with 100% recycled sterling silver and plated in 14 karat gold. And for those of y'all that are concerned about the allergens, because I'm the same way, girl, whenever I wear earrings that are just like not good quality, my ears get all itchy and red. But you don't have to worry about Ideaure's jewelry because they are lead-free, nickel-free, cadmium-free, and hypoallergenic. All of the stones are also sustainably sourced as well, which I think is so incredibly important to note. And their packaging is made of recycled materials as well. Okay, so I want to show you guys some of the pieces that I got from Ideaure. One of the pieces that I got is actually the earrings that I'm wearing today. These are called the Fabrizia pearl earrings. They're so cute. I wanted to get these earrings specifically because I love a little pop of color whenever I wear any sort of jewelry in my ears, especially something that's simple but also like very dainty and cute as well. I think there's something so stunning about turquoise or like blues, especially whenever I'm doing something that's very neutral in terms of my clothing or my makeup or my jewelry. Otherwise, having a little pop of color just brings the attention to the ears, especially when you have your hair pulled back like this. It gives classy, it gives feminine, and it gives absolutely divine. So I am obsessed with these earrings. So the jewelry comes packaged like this in this gorgeous little box with the brand name and logo on it. And then you can just pull the drawer out just like this. And you'll see that all of the jewelry pieces come packaged in a little soft close envelope. So this is perfect for if you're traveling with your jewelry, or if you're someone that just likes to have a really safe space to keep your jewelry and you don't have a jewelry box specifically, you can always put it back in the soft close packaging envelope. And all of the jewelry pieces also come packaged with a little soft cloth, so you can clean your jewelry with this as well, which I think is such a nice touch. Also, these are good to like clean glasses and stuff too. So if you are someone that also wears glasses, feel free to save those and use them for your glasses. I also love that the soft close envelope has the brand logo on here as well. And then you open this up and then you find your piece of jewelry. This is a ring that I have in size 10. I literally ordered size 10 because I was like, my fingers is thick, girl. One thing about my fingers is they're gonna be swollen, they're gonna be thick, and it is what it is. But the really cool thing about Ideaure, which, oh, actually, let me show you guys before I show you the ring. They offer free ring sizers, which is literally a godsend. I feel like I've not seen this with any other jewelry company at all. But these ring sizes are really awesome because if you're someone that doesn't know your ring size and you want to get the perfect fit every single time, you can actually order one of these for free from Ideaure. You just have to pay the shipping and they will send it out to you. But you literally wrap it around your finger and then you just pull it tight, just like this, and you can actually look to see. So this says that this, my middle finger, which is like my thickest finger, is a size 9, but I could fit a 10 on this finger with a little bit of room. So I ordered size 10 because I did not want to order a 9 and like feel like it was a little bit too small. But I'm glad I have this ring sizer now, because now I'm literally going to keep this to use this for any other pieces of jewelry that I ever want to order, or any other rings I should say that I want to order. So this is the Concetta gemstone ring. I'm going to put it on my middle finger to show you guys. Oh, this fits perfectly. I actually think a 10 was like the perfect size, but it looks like this. I'm obsessed. One thing about Ideaure is they have a lot of mixed metal rings and mixed metal jewelry. And I feel like mixed metals is like the next big thing, girl, okay? Mixed metals, I'm over here mixing silver, gold, turquoise, all the things, but it just gives like, for me, it gives futuristic. There's something about it that just hits different. And this ring is so absolutely stunning and pretty. And the next ring that I picked up is the Elvira gemstone ring. Okay, tell me y'all are not obsessed with this ring. It's so pretty. I love the turquoise gemstone. I feel like, especially on my skin tone, this really stands out and looks so absolutely stunning. Matches the earrings, by the way. I definitely did that on purpose. But these two together, like, there's just something about them that are giving classy, cute. And I also love that these rings that they have on their site come in extended sizing, such as 10 and up, because I feel like a lot of other places where I've shopped for jewelry, they end the sizing around 9, and then I'm stuck there trying to fit these size 9 rings onto my thick fingers, and it just don't work like that, okay? It's hard to get it off, it's hard to get it on, it is just quite a mess. But these are perfect, they fit amazingly, the quality is amazing, and I'm really excited to be supporting a small brand owned by 2 best friends. So yeah, I will leave the link to shop Ideaure down below in the description box. Also, as I mentioned earlier, they do offer the ring sizes, so you guys are free to order that for free. You just have to pay for shipping, and that way you can find out what size of ring you need. But thank you so much to Ideaure for sponsoring today's video, and I'm super excited to have these pieces in my jewelry collection. Okay, back to the video, my loves, let's go. I think affirmations are an amazing tool whenever you are in the process of consciously manifesting something, because affirmations remind you to step into the reality that you're wanting to experience before you actually have that physical experience of that reality. However, I think affirmations are the cherry on top of like a bitter cupcake, if you will, right? Because at the end of the day, what affirmations remind us is that words are power and words are spells. It's really interesting because when you think about the power of prayer, and when you think about someone who is on their knees and they are praying to a higher power, they're praying to God, they're asking for whatever it is that they need in order to feel supported in this lifetime, and they end that prayer with amen. And the literal meaning of that is, you know, so it is, or so be it, or I think there are other translations that liken it to meaning the truth or truly. But essentially, amen at the end of a prayer is you telling yourself and affirming to yourself and to God that whatever you have just spoken to God, whatever you have prayed for, is the truth. It is what's coming to you. It is how you will be supported. And I feel like even just that as a small example is a reminder to us that our words are spells and our words have power. There's so much power that you have when you are choosing to speak positively over your life, when you're choosing to make sure that the words that you're speaking over your existence, your family's existence, your future are positive. And when we are in the process of manifesting, sometimes it can become really easy to think about our current circumstances and feel like this is where we're going to be stuck forever, feel like we're going to be single forever, we're going to not have enough money forever, we're always going to be in this home forever, we're not going to have the kids that we want forever. And it really is quite a mental hurdle, but such an important one to not only visualize a different reality for yourself, but to choose to speak positively over your current circumstances, as well as the circumstances that you are manifesting. And that's where affirmations do come in, right? I am powerful, I am strong, I am confident, I have enough, I'm always enough, all of these different things. But it's taking it a step further and understanding that as you are in the process of consciously manifesting anything, that you have to make sure that throughout your day, as you are speaking to other people about your circumstances, as you are speaking about what it is that you want, that you're speaking with a tone of positivity and confidence and a tone of understanding that things will work out exactly as it should. But I do think that when it comes to manifestation, it is a simple process, and we don't need to overcomplicate what is incredibly simple. We don't need to do the absolute most. And if you are doing all of the things and you feel like it's not happening for you, if you're like, I am trying to manifest this one particular thing and I'm hitting wall after wall after wall, perhaps that's not the thing that's for you. Perhaps there's something else that's better coming in. But if you have the feeling of wanting, you know, again, whatever it is for you, what do you think that thing will help you feel? Will it help you feel supported? Will it help you feel loved? Will it help you feel fulfilled? And how will it do that for you? Because maybe the thing that is coming in, the thing that you're actually going to manifest, doesn't look exactly like what you think it will look like, but it is going to bring you those feelings, or it will help you tap into that energy. But all along, you have to know that this is simple. You don't need to do the most. You don't need to buy all these different things. You don't need to be sitting here journaling 15 hours a day, because none of that is necessary. As long as you have the clarity, as long as you are taking aligned action, and as long as you are leaving room for the miracles, you're letting go of the outcome, you're letting go of the how and the when and the why and all of the specific details, and you're focusing on the things that you can control. You're focusing on putting one foot in front of the other, and that is what you are literally putting your focus in, it will manifest. I don't know when, and I don't know how, I don't know, you know, all of the different details, but it will manifest, and that is something that you have to trust. But I really hope this video was helpful. I just wanted to come on and in some ways demystify this, because I feel like, you know, we talk about manifestation, we talk about all these different things, and there's so many different ways that people get to the same result. But I find that, you know, my little 3-step babes, I'm not taking 10 steps. I'm not doing the most to get to where I need to get to, okay? I'm a fan of work smarter, not harder. And that is something that I will do in every single facet, every single area of my life till the day I die, period. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for enjoying this video with me. If you like the vibe, feel free to thumbs up this video, subscribe, send it to someone who you think might find it helpful. And of course, leave a comment down below of a topic or something that you'd like me to cover in an upcoming video, and I can absolutely do that for you. Thank you again for being here, my loves. I will chat with you in the next video. Bye.